Am I just hungry? Hmm. Damn. Mm. Oh my God. Giving. Hmm. No doubt. No. If we could run it. Yes, guys, as you have seen in the title and in the thumbnail, today we are going to be making a crepe cake. Why, you may ask, why do you want to do this, Juliet? Because my meditation today said, or rather on the day I made the crepe cake, was like, Juliet, you're the alchemist of your own life. And for the longest time, I've always wanted to attempt making a crepe cake. It does seem like a lot of work because you're putting together 25 to 30 or even more crepes. But I think the entire process is going to be so much fun. I love crepes, and just thinking about it with a thin layer of fresh whipping cream, some fresh fruit, all those layers coming together, absolutely worth it. So in this video, we're going to be going through the recipe on how to make a crepe, how to bring it together into a crepe cake, and then of course we'll cut it to admire the different layers of the crepe cake and then taste, because tasting is the most important part of this. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Juliet Kane. I am a foodie, the biggest foodie you'll ever come across. In this channel, we talk about food, we try new things, we experiment with food, sometimes we travel and eat food. So it's all about the food and everything in between. So if it's your first time seeing my face, I have put the effort today. If it's your first time seeing my face, please hit that red button so that you don't miss out on new food videos every single week. And if you're a returning subscriber, my friend, you are the best thing that ever happened to my life. So thank you for staying. I think it's important first to talk about crepe. So what's a crepe? Wait, crepe. What's a crepe? So a crepe is basically a very thin style of pancake that doesn't use any kind of leavening. So you're not adding any baking powder, you're not adding any yeast, you're just using all-purpose flour, and then you're going to make a pancake that is as thin as possible. You can either make a sweet one like we'll be making today, or you can make a savory one, and they really go well as wraps. So you can wrap, for example, the sweet one in like chocolate, strawberry, whipping cream, and then the savory one you can put in some savory fillings like bell peppers. I could think of something like caramelized onions, something like shredded chicken. Oof, that would be nice. I might make that for dinner tonight. So I don't want to belabor the crepe story because we have a long way to go in the kitchen. We have like 30 to 35 crepes to make. Because also I have a video that's coming up, and depending on when you're watching this, the video is probably already up, where I compare crepes and pancakes. So you can check out the link down below. If you've always wanted to know the difference between crepes and pancakes, then that's the video for you. And with that said, guys, let's just hop into the kitchen. Cross those fingers for me, and hopefully by the time we are done, I'm not dying. I'm still going to be alive. So let's do this. Oh, big bad. She was sending me pictures of herself in various dresses. Don't you just hate when that happens? Let me tell you, rotten eggs are so full and they smell so bad. That's why you're advised not to mix all your eggs in the same bowl, because as you can see there, I did waste one whole egg. But I got back on track, and here I am mixing in the ingredients that are on the screen. And I also like to sieve in my flour and my cocoa powder just to avoid any lumps. After this is done, I mix it in together until I get a very light and thin batter. I'm going to end up with quite a thin batter here, but eventually in the video you'll see me adding a bit more liquid because I wanted it to be even thinner. Once the mixture comes together like this, just to get rid of any extra lumps, sieve this so that you can get the smoothest batter possible. Trust me, you're going to need to take this step because you're going to be making quite a number of crepes and you want the perfect batter. Where you Let's change it up in here. Flip. Oh no. Okay. Okay. Oh. Oh. Oh no. Okay, so it's like it's kind of okay. So I guess it does need a bit of greasing because it's good, but it could be better. It's a bit too maybe thick. The first pancake or crepe is usually like the hardest, but I've tried one and I'm going to do a whole spatula, and then I don't want it to be too hot, so what we're going to do is just swirl this around. Okay, it's not bad. So not too full. Let's fill in this space, and then okay, I think that's fine. So it's already started to set. You can see it's already begun to set. Check the edges. Oh no. Okay. Oh, it's coming out well. Okay, this is nice. This is nice. This is nice. I'm gonna use my hands, guys. I know. I know. Perfect. Yes. Perfect. Now that I have the entire process in check, I think this will go faster because I need to make like 30 more. So what I've seen is I just need almost a whole of this. The pan shouldn't be too hot, so my heat is super low, and then I start at the middle and I just like go around. I just go around. Some parts are slower, so you can let the okay. I need more. I need a bit more. Ooh. Okay, so it's a whole spatula, I guess. Okay, full one would do better, but then I don't like this overlapping, so I'll try make, or maybe my butter is a bit too thick. I can see how the butter is a bit too thick, so water just a tiny bit, so that I think the problem is the viscosity of the butter. The butter is a bit too thick, so by the time it gets to the other edge, then the middle is set. But I'm thinking if it's a bit thinner, then it will be able to go well. But so far we have one, and it's nice and thin. Yes. So as long as we'll be using like one spatula, it's just I just needed it a bit thinner. I think I'm ready to flip this one as well. I'll just this is not working. Okay, let's give it a minute. Let's give it time. At this point, I was catching my groove. I caught my groove and things went really quickly. I did end up making that recipe thrice so that I could get about 28 to 30 crepes because 2 of them were discarded. After whipping my cream, I have another video where I've shown you guys how to make the perfect whipped cream. I whipped up my cream and started layering my crepes. I also made sure that my crepes are completely cool before I started this process because I didn't want the heat to melt the whipping cream. So once that is done, then the second part of this entire process begins, where you put the crepe, a thin layer of whipping cream, a crepe, a thin layer of whipping cream, and you do that for as many times as you need to until the entire crepe cake is done. One thing I did notice though is in the middle it kind of like rises, so there's a bit of a bump in the middle and the sides are still fail, making the cake bulge in the middle. But I think I would have done this better by spreading out the whipping cream a bit more evenly, so that is something you can take notice of. So make sure that the layer of cream is quite thin. I was quite heavy-handed here, as you can see, with the cream, but the more the merrier. And this is my first time trying this, so definitely I had some points to troubleshoot. Overall, this was a pretty therapeutic process. Just seeing the layers coming together was quite easy and quite straightforward. And for actually the top, I'm going to be placing on some strawberry jello that I made with some gelatin, some strawberry jam and fresh strawberries. Let me know if you'd like to see that recipe next, because I like working with gelatin and jello and I'd love to do a video that's related to that. Also, next time if I do this again, or rather when I do this again, I want to try and do this with fresh whipping cream, heavy cream. Here I'm just using the non-dairy cream, Puratos Pristine. It's just more stable and it's what I had at hand. I bet it's still delicious, but I would really like to try this with some fresh cream and powdered sugar. If we could run it, if we could run it back, and do you wonder if we could run it back? I didn't know I had to get out down the road, inside of the same old, caught in the circles round they go. It's hard when you keep close, rewind with my eyes closed. Might need a breather, get lost in the B-roll. Guys, this took longer than I would like to admit, because the first thing I did, I made a batter that was too little. So on the 10th crepe I had to make another batter, and I did a batter that was the same amount as the first one, so I made the batter three times. This took almost a whole day because of the process of cooling, all the cleanup that it took up. But I think for this gorgeous slice, for that gorgeous cake, I think it's absolutely worth it. And I just want to jump into the tasting first before we can talk about anything else. Why are you so good? Why is this so good? If I continue eating, I'll eat forever. Giving. Okay guys, final verdict. Go right now to your kitchen and start making this. I'm joking. Let's get into the review of a crepe cake. So the first thing I'll say, I love how the layers are very thin, and because they're so thin and they're all covered in frosting, when you take a bite, you bite everything. So it's not like when you eat a typical cake where sometimes you get too much cake and then there's a bit of frosting, or too much frosting and there's a bit of cake. The frosting crepe distribution is absolutely perfect. They're so nice and cold, and I'm glad that I chose the chocolate flavor because it contrasts so well with the whipping cream, with the vanilla whipping cream, and then when you add in the strawberry there, guys, ooh, goddamn. I think this is one of the best things I have made so far. Um, if you're a person who enjoys the process in the kitchen, then this is something you can definitely make. I can see this being a showstopper at a brunch, at somebody's birthday, for a special dinner, just because of the effort that goes into making such a cake. Also, it's quite indulgent, so you'd probably have a slice every now and then. Maybe if you're a group, that would be the best time to try such a cake. If you don't have the time and the patience to do the whole cake, then I would advise you, I would urge you actually, not even advice, I would urge you to try out the crepe recipe in the description box, the one I've just used for this recipe, and just top it up with a bit of whipping cream, maybe a chocolate sauce, maybe some fruits. You can make 3-4 crepes and have this process without having to do the entire cake. The combination between the soft, thin, flavorful crepe that is not too sweet and the fresh whipping cream is just a match made in heaven. 10 over 10 would recommend. I really hope you guys enjoyed that video. I loved every single step, even the rotten eggs. I'm already looking forward to the next challenge or the next food adventure that I'll be on. And of course, I'll bring you guys along. If you haven't done it yet, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video with someone who's also a foodie or someone who would just love to see the process of a crepe cake coming together. Don't forget to check out the video for the crepes versus pancake, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.